moving out of the complaint zone. Today we are going to talk about complaining, and let us see how we can get out of it. First, by understanding what is complaining, why we should not do it, when we can do it. So complaining usually means expressing displeasure. When something is not pleasant, we don't like it, we express it through complaining. We complain when we find fault with something or with some people or with the situation. Now imagine that you have a friend, Michelle, and you have invited her to spend the night with you, maybe playing, talking, having some fun together. And you are saying to Michelle, I'm glad you're going to spend the night. And Michelle says, is this your bedroom? It sure is small. Next day at the breakfast table, she says, oh, I hate this kind of food. Is this all there is to eat? If you were the host who invited Michelle, how would you be feeling after these two experiences? I'm checking the chat box. If you had invited Michelle and this is what she said about your bedroom and about the food, what would be the kind of feelings you experience?
Ma'am, your
Yes,
PPT is, you have not started the screen presentation. Ma'am.
I had started. Oh,
No.
I'm sorry. Let me then present it. One second, Ishita.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Oh, you should have told me in the beginning itself. I was just going on and on. No problem. Just let me know if you're able to see it now.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Okay, friends, thank you. So we just spoke about today's topic, and then I explained what is complaining. We express displeasure and we find faults with things, people, and situation. We express it in the form of complaints. Then I had asked you to imagine that you invited Michelle to your home, and Michelle looks at your bedroom and says, it sure is small. And in the morning, this is what she has to say about the breakfast. I hate this kind of food. Is this all there is to eat? I had now asked you to write to me. If you were the one who invited Michelle, how would you be feeling after seeing her behavior? I can see embarrassed, annoyed, embarrassed, then heartbroken, sad, disappointed. Right, I agree. Sad, unhappy, hurt, upset. Okay. So I can see you have already written what I had thought of telling you. Yes, we feel unhappy and disappointed. We may even begin to think that this person is not fun to be with, who's constantly complaining around us. And maybe in the future you decide not to call her for a night stay. So we prefer staying away from such people. In the morning when she is leaving after breakfast, this is what you would be feeling. I sure am glad she's gone. I'll never invite her to my house again. The children, this is a beautiful quote by Stephen Hawking, which goes with this short story. People won't have time for you if you're always angry or complaining. It's so important for us to remember. If we want people to include us in their groups, or we want people to love us, respect us, value us, we have to stay away from being angry or being complaining at all times. Now, this applies to us as well. If we don't want people to complain around us, we must also not be complaining around them. For example, after this episode, when Michelle never came back home, mother is asking, why don't you invite Michelle over to play? And what you would say, Michelle complains too much. I hope I never complain as much as she does. So remember, what we expect from others, we should first try to exhibit that in our behavior. The children, I want you to list down few of the common complaints that we make every day. And don't feel ashamed, don't feel embarrassed. You know, we all complain. We all complain, and it's time today to be conscious of what are those complaints that we make all the time. In fact, research says in our conversation with people, we make one complaint per minute. Really striking and shocking, even seems unbelievable. So I'm giving you a minute to write your complaints. Okay, Janvi says, I don't have this, I don't have that. We complain about food. We complain about people's behavior, like he's bullying me, about people stealing things, taking things. Okay. Come on, children. That we don't have time. Now you have around 30 seconds to speak to any adult at home, mother, father, anybody. Ask them what is one common complaint they have, and type that as well. We complain about the things we have, we complain about the things we don't have. Right, Aishani? We complain about looks. We complain about the volume of the TV. That somebody is rude with us. With people's behavior. I'm waiting for you now to write the complaint that your parents make. Or anybody at home apart from you. Not following the schedule. Kids not studying. Complain about the quality or quantity of what? I didn't get it. Then we don't have maids, so a lot of work is to be done by us. True. Not studying properly, messy things, turning the house into a mess. Okay, great. All the mischief that you do, being naughty, network issues, lots of work, government decisions, not helping in the household work, not obeying. Okay, friends, too many complaints and criticizing the maid, then misbehavior of children. Oh, thank you so much. Now let's see whether what I have compiled as common complaints matches with what you have said. Not liking the food, too much of studies or homework or exams, not liking the behavior of the friend or another person, finding them rude or finding them not as per our expectations, then always feeling that we don't have enough, whether it is about clothes or anything. Worried about our looks, complaining about our looks, complaining about the way people behave with us, complaining that we don't have those people with us whom we would like to be with, complaining about the behavior of our siblings, complaining about anything. Here is a picture of the spouses complaining to each other, complaining about the messy house, the internet issues. It could be anything. The last picture. Children, could you just write a few creative ideas that you have in your mind? This girl could be shouting because of what? Imagine she's complaining. One, I said it's network issue. She just got disconnected from something she was very interested in. What could be the other thing which is irritating her? Video loading is taking time, right? Streaming is slow. Her keyboard is not working. Fraud shopping. Someone insulting her. Got a lot of work. Boss must be giving extra work. Laptop hanged. Okay. The sale is over. I love that. Then favorite character died in the movie. Okay, not allowing to shop online. Mic is not working. Glitches. Could it also be, I know our children are not supposed to be on social media and they are not there, but she seems to be an adult. Just imagine. What could it be? Suppose she's on social media. Some plan cancelled, out of sale, account deleted. Okay, less followers, not that many likes. Okay, Can't post something. Friends got more followers. Jealousy. Great, children. You're amazing. So these are just few of the reasons we keep complaining and we keep feeling, oh, this is not fair. Poor me. Why me? And keep crying and blah, blah, blah. There's no limit. Now, children, it's time to welcome reality. And I hereby welcome you to reality. That who are the people who actually should complain when we have been talking about not having the food of our choice all the time. In terms of taste, there are people who are dying of malnutrition, small children dying of malnutrition. When we show irritation on not getting the shoes of our choice of a particular brand, there is someone who's happy wearing these torn shoes. When we complain of not having good enough sleep, here is a picture of two surgeons who conducted a brain tumor surgery for 32 hours continuously. And this is how they did not even think of sleeping, and look at their state after that operation. When we complain of too much of work, too much studies, too much to read, exams, there are children who would love to be educated, who would love to get into mainstream and work as decent human beings, earn a decent living through that education, to become more enlightened through education, who are keen for that education, which we take for granted. Here you can see a child who has to fend for herself. We sometimes complain. Jishnu, keep yourself on mute, beta. We sometimes complain that parents become too overprotective. Why they don't allow me to go out for parties late at night? Why don't they allow me to wear this? Why don't they allow me to do this? Why? So children, there are some children of your own age who wish that they had parents, who had somebody to protect them and care for them. When not getting a dream gift on your birthday can lead you to complaining, there is somebody who's just simply trying to get through the day by serving, by earning a few rupees per day through child labor. You may sometimes feel, I'm not that smart. I don't have that quality. I can't sing so well. There are people who do not have a body as functioning as we have. And they don't even crib about that disability. In fact, they, even if these people complain, probably it has some worth about that complaining. We talk about not good enough house. Look at the situation this child is in, where he has to sleep. Now let's look at some of these people whose fame we see today. We see that shiny Lamborghini. We see them on flashy advertisements, billboards, and we forget what they have been through. Or maybe we are not interested in knowing what went into making them what they are today. So let me check if you are able to identify those people. This is a person who was diagnosed with a growth hormone disorder. It's often called idiopathic short stature. So the growth happens a little lesser. For example, height would not be as it could have been without that disorder. The treatments also were expensive for his family to afford. Let me tell you, is a famous footballer. Any idea who is this person? Messi. Wow. You are correct. Correct. And you can see he did not use this as an excuse. He did not waste his time, energy, and attention in cribbing and complaining. He focused elsewhere, and that is putting all his effort and energy, attention into making himself the best that he can be. Let us test with another question. He, at the age of 15, was diagnosed with a heart condition known as racing heart. Due to this condition, his heartbeat used to be faster than normal even while resting. He is a footballer too. Who is this? Come on, children. Yes. I'll keep checking your answers. Yes, you all are correct. That's correct. Right, my friends. That is Ronaldo. And I was recently reading an article which says that his physical fitness is equivalent to that of a 20-year-old. To see how he is so consciously working in a way where his weakness does not become a challenge, does not become an obstacle. It's all about how you take the situation, how you turn it around, rather than clinging to it as an excuse and preventing your own growth. So hats off to Cristiano Ronaldo. Thank you, friends. You all are so intelligent, so aware of everything. Now, this is a cricketer, an Indian cricketer, who was playing Ranji Trophy match against Karnataka in 2006. The next day, his match was scheduled, and the earlier night, he receives the message of his father passing away. And this cricketer was very young at that time, mind you, it was almost 18. He was almost 18. He calls up his coach in the morning and says, I want to play because for me, not completing a cricket game is a sin. That's correct, my children. He is none other than Virat Kohli. His single-minded focus has been a hallmark, has been a signature of his game. He could have spent the night complaining, why this, why did it happen to me, and how can I just focus on my game? There's something so tragic that has happened to me. And those who do this, I'm not saying that they should not be crying for the loss. We are just seeing how Virat Kohli took that situation. He realized that his emotions, his personal life is one thing, his commitment where he's representing his state in the Ranji Trophy is another thing. It takes a great deal of courage, my children, and it can only happen when you have that kind of a passion for what you're doing. Hats off to Virat Kohli. Yes, this is a picture from the office where MS Dhoni worked as ticket collector in Indian Railways. But this was not his dream. What was his dream, dear friends? To become the best ticket collector in India?
Cricket.
Cricket. That's true. So he did not just accept his fate and complain that, oh, I couldn't get into cricket and now I'm bound to this chair and this job of collecting the tickets. He took all the efforts possible, went through a lot of troubles and challenges, but he had no time to complain. He used all his time to move in the direction of his goal. And what we see is an MS Dhoni who is worshipped by millions. Children, this is an iconic figure who once used to be a tea vendor. We can assume a tea vendor to be a less educated person who may not have high hopes and dreams in life. But this is somebody who has proved himself to be a world leader. Though he is the head of one nation, but then he is valued, he is respected world over as a great leader. Yes, friends, and that is the Prime Minister of India, Mr. Narendra Modi. He did not accept his situation, complaining that I can't do anything bigger than this, better than this. I'm not against people doing jobs like tea selling. There's nothing menial. What I'm trying to say is his dream was something different. To do something bigger, to do something where he would impact a bigger group of people. And he achieved that. And how? Very inspiring journey for our honorable Prime Minister. Now, this person, I feel he is a great inspiration for today's generation. He had a string of unsuccessful rocket launches. And Tesla and SpaceX were facing bankruptcy for some time.
Ma'am, can I tell?
Wow. Children, the answers are already there, my dear. I can see you all are right. This is Elon Musk, the CEO of SpaceX and Tesla, and the founder and owner of many other companies. This is just to give you an idea of how many failures Elon went through before becoming the fourth richest person of the world yesterday. Children, I searched this news yesterday. I've taken a screenshot from YouTube for you. This is the news from 20th August, and Musk is now the fourth richest person in the world after Bezos, Gates, Zuckerberg. And he is the owner of, his net worth is supposed to be around $90 billion now. And there is a lot more which I learned about him. He is also one of my ideals because of the thoughts that he has. It's wonderful. You all must listen to him, children. And this is a link which is a video. It's an inspirational talk by Elon Musk. It's a compilation of various parts and bits of wherever he has spoken. I would request Nishita ma'am to simply paste this in the chat box. Children, this is for you to watch later. And there is a lot more about him that you should read and listen. And see the kind of focus, passion, and dedication he has. And it's not that from the very first day he was meeting with success. He met a lot of failures and he thanks his failures. No complaints, only learning from those situations and making them better. So these are the people who could have complained, but they did not resort to that. They did not waste their time, attention, and energy on that or creating negativity around them. Those who are pessimists. Pessimists are those people who believe in negativity, who think negative. The pessimist complains about the wind. The optimist who sees positive in everything. The optimist expects it to change. It wishes that the situation would change. Whereas the realist adjusts the sails. So remember, we should be dreaming, we should have high hopes, but we should be realistic enough to understand that we need to focus and have that passion and undistracted attention to achieve that dream. And that would not happen if we are busy complaining. Children, you have to tell me which idiom comes to your mind when you see this first picture, the top left. Come on, come on, come on. Which idiom or proverb comes to your mind? Which is about grass, which is about the other side? Right, Heath? Yes, Mita ma'am. Thank you. Yes, Jairam. Wonderful. Yes. It is said that the grass is always greener on the other side. We always feel that our situation is somehow worse than the other people. And he has this, he has that. She is better at this, she has this advantage or whatever. So let's take a quick look at the other side with just one example. Children, how many of you know about Taylor Swift? Who is she? She is a famous ... singer. Okay. Okay, just tell me, which song do you love the most of hers? I also love her songs, by the way. Blank, blank space, blank space. Okay. Okay. I seem to be from an older generation, and I like a song which is a little old song of hers. Can you just guess which is the song that I love? Let me see if you can guess. No? Is there a song about Romeo and Juliet? No? I hope I'm audible, Nishita. Am I disconnected or I'm still there?
Ma'am, you're audible, ma'am. You're audible.
Okay. No guesses. Okay. Yeah, love story. That's correct. So Jairam says, is it a sad or a love song? Okay, he was asking, but already I've got the answers. Yes, love story. Okay. Thank you for guessing it correctly. It's a beautiful song. And let me just tell you, I had a student many years ago who had translated this song in Marathi. And he used to sing that song in Marathi so wonderfully well. So just reminded me of that beautiful student of mine, such a wonderful child. So children, see what happens with Taylor Swift. And this has been revealed by another famous singer, Zayn Malik. Zayn Malik belongs to which band? Quick. You know what he said? Taylor Swift sometimes travels inside a giant suitcase to avoid paparazzi. What is paparazzi? 1D, One Direction. That's correct, my friends. That's correct. So Zayn Malik is one of the lead singers of One Direction. And One Direction is the best, Yashvi Rathod says. I think my daughter agrees with you. So anyway, what is paparazzi? Public. Okay, Janvi, you are correct to some extent. People who try and get pictures of famous people. That's correct. Media hounding the famous people constantly with the, the shutterbugs, trying to click them all the time. This makes their life so miserable. And this has been confirmed that Taylor Swift gets such suitcases made which are of the shape of musical instruments, and she tries fitting into them, and this is how she travels from place to place. How difficult. We only see the glitter and the glitz and the glamour. Nishita, I'm not able to move my presentation.
Shall I start from here, ma'am?
1 second. Let me just check again.
Okay, ma'am. Okay.
I'm starting with the presentation. You just have to tell me if it is visible. I think my screen is visible.
Yes, ma'am. It's visible, ma'am.
Okay, friends. Oh, I'm sorry. Okay, or let me just. It was a quick review of what we just saw. So children, after listening to all this, let us ponder a little over why should we not complain. I want to see what thoughts can come to your mind about it. You can make a list of points showing why should we not complain. I give you a minute for this. Sonia ma'am says it's waste of time. I agree with you, ma'am. It becomes ranting after a point. No doubt, Yashvi. Instead of complaining, we should improve. So that's a solution, Janvi. I'm asking, why should we not complain? What is the problem with complaining? What are the disadvantages with complaining? In other words, can get annoying, right? We might be wasting people's time, disturbing people with our complaining. We should be satisfied. That's a solution that you are giving me, Naisha. Complaining does not solve the problem. Beautiful. Dhriti. Oh, I'm so happy to have Dhriti, Yashvi in my class today. I love you, children. So happy to have you back. Drishna says complaining doesn't make anything better. Absolutely. We fail to see our faults. Wonderful, Yashvi. Janvi says negativity. Yes, it breeds negativity. Usha ma'am says it only troubles us. It's not a solution. Mohak, we lose valuable friends and relatives. Beautiful. It can affect our relationships with people. Naisha says negativity. Vanda ma'am says we can miss the present. We are worried about what happened in the past. We are complaining about it, or we are complaining about something which is going to happen in the future. Wonderful point. We complain about things that we do ourselves. We are responsible. So we should own it. It's not right to complain about others. Shella ma'am says it destroys inner peace. I agree with you. Too annoying. Finding solutions is more productive. That's a solution, Ishan. Then Jairam says it's not useful. Waste of time. Disturbs peace of mind. Thank you, Dhriti. Then Mohak, we can lose valuable friends. It's a repetition. Complaining demotivates ourselves. Neerav sir says complaining becomes a pattern. I agree with you. We get into this trap. It is addictive, children. It is very addictive. Akhya says, will not even have that thing. Yeah. We don't focus on what we have. So we should not be complaining because we already have a lot. See the people who's not having what you have and make yourself upset. Hina ma'am, your husband is absolutely correct. Mr. Kamal says a thing which is really Kamal ki baat. Then Sachi, it demotivates yourself. Complaining can bring a change in our behavior, break our relationships. It's just an excuse. Okay, friends, thank you very much. Now let's see. What do the researchers say? What I'm saying is a compilation of a lot of proven things from various articles by various researchers. And let's see, does it match yours? My presentation again stopped. I'm so sorry about it. I hope it starts soon. Okay, I'm starting from the beginning, but I'll start from the slide where we left it. So children, should I complain at this moment? Children, should I complain at this moment? Disturbing my presentation. Should I complain?
No, ma'am.
Okay, why should I not complain? Because it will
Ma'am,
not
because
solve.
nothing has happened.
It will become a habit. It will not solve my problem simply by complaining. And I might waste my time. I might waste my energy rather than focusing on how to start it. Okay. Can you all see it now?
Ma'am, and one more thing.
Can you all see it now, friends? Oh, sorry.
Yes, ma'am. Yes,
Okay,
ma'am.
Dikshita ma'am, I want you to play a video. So meanwhile, can you
Yes,
just do that?
Yes, ma'am, I'll do that.
Okay. I'm stopping with my presentation. Children, this video tells us scientifically why complaining should be avoided, how it rewires our brain. When I said it is addictive. So what actually happens in our brain when we complain?
Shall I play the video, ma'am?
Yes, please.
People love to complain. Study has shown that during a conversation, we complain once every minute. That's crazy. It seems as though complaining has become a part of how we communicate. The brain seems wired for complaining. Is that true? And what effect does complaining have on our brain? Our brain is always growing, not in size, but in ability. The brain is able to adapt to our experiences. This is called neuroplasticity. An extreme example of this is a Frenchman who lived his life with less than 50% of his brain without experiencing any major limitations. But neuroplasticity already takes place during everyday life, when we're learning a new language, a new sport, and even when we go wine tasting. When we learn, do, or say something, the connectivity between neurons in your brain increases. So the next time you do or say the same thing, it gets easier. This is why training makes you better at something. This also applies to how we speak. When we complain, it gets easier for our brains to complain again. Repeated complaining changes the brain and makes it easier. Your brain gets trained. After a while, it becomes a habit, and complaining may even become your default behavior. Humans are a social bunch. We love to imitate the behavior of people around us. Because of mirror neurons in the brain, we are even pretty good at imitating. Do you ever feel like smiling when you see someone else smiling? That's because of these mirror neurons. We also, however, imitate negative behaviors. When someone around you is constantly complaining, you're more likely to complain yourself. Behavior really is contagious. Complaining is even bad for our health. Complaining increases the release of stress hormone cortisol. Cortisol raises blood pressure and blood sugar, it impairs the immune system and can cause high cholesterol and diabetes. Plus, it can also lead to memory problems. If you like this video, make sure to subscribe to see more videos like this.
Thank you, Nishita ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am.
Yeah, meanwhile, if you stop presenting, I can begin. So children, there were a
Ma'am, I think you're stuck. Your video got disconnected. Ma'am, your call got disconnected. Ma'am, your voice is not audible. Dear participants, Principal Ma'am is joining back.
Okay, ma'am.
Principal Ma'am has joined back.
children, I'm just connecting. Almost there.
Ma'am, you are on mute.
Children, can you see me back?
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you. Children, I would like you to know about this experiment conducted by a Japanese scientist. He's called Masaru Emoto. This is a pseudoscience. And people have an objection to this. It's a debatable topic, but still, this is something which attracts me so much. And I've been wishing to do this experiment with children. Maybe if you all understand and you like, maybe we can do it with your support. So what he did is, he had 3 containers with rice and water in each, same quality, same quantity. And for a designated period of time, imagine it's for 1 month, these 3 were kept separately. People were supposed to say very loving and kind things to one of those containers. As you can see, the left one is about love. So people would go and say, I love you, you are so good. And the one on the right, people would go to that container and would say all hateful, hurtful, negative things, complaining. You're so bad, I don't like you, I hate you. And the third container was neutral, where nobody was saying anything. So that was taking a natural time for rotting, for getting spoiled. What was observed was the one where people were saying hateful words, it was taking very less time to get spoiled. Whereas the one where lovely words were being said, that emanated very fresh fragrance, and it did not rot for a very long time. This is a debatable thing, though. He also presented the crystal structure of water in these three containers after some time. You can see the crystal formation in the container where love and such words were being said is so beautiful. The words were thank you, the same container where we were loving, thanking. The structure was so beautiful, whereas the structure of the crystal in the container where negative things were being said was quite unpleasant. So we don't know if this is really the truth. If the things can be so badly affected, how can complaining and negativity affect human beings? And how gratitude and love can affect us in a very positive way. So when we complain too much, it makes us feel bad. We find bad in everything. This is what rewiring of the brain does. Like she's complaining, there is nothing around in this house. There's only one TV. We don't have any good games. And when you do that, you fall into the trap of bad mood. The whole family wonders, why are you in such a bad mood? And you can even end up hurting people. Like you all had already said, it affects relationships. Look at this girl saying, I hate living here. It's boring and so are you. Now, when you keep on complaining or yapping, like Yashvi said, what kind of impression does it leave on others? Can you relate to any of these expressions? Can you use any word to describe any of these expressions? How do others feel when you complain a lot? Or when somebody complains a lot to you, how do you feel? You have not made your bed. You have not kept all your books at a place. You have made the whole place so dirty. You did not take bath till now. Why are you listening to this music? Do your work. Why are you talking to your friend for so long? Why are you on phone for so long? I'm not saying that they don't worry about you and they are wrong. It is the tone, it is the way it is done. And anyway, we'll go to that when is complaining good and how it should be done. But we are here talking about how it makes us feel. Frustrated, annoyed. We won't listen after a point. Yes. Like, what's the point of listening to you? Then, right. Wonderful. Yes, children. So you are answering very correctly. I can resonate with your thoughts. Now also remember why we should not be complaining, because the nature follows a very beautiful law called the law of attraction. If you think good things, you attract goodness from the universe. If you think negative, you attract all failures, all negativity from the universe. So if you believe in something, you will receive that. If you believe in negativity, you will receive negativity, and so on. So if you think of success, of happiness, etc., you attract that in your life. So remember, your words going out as complaint are not to be taken casually. They are bringing back all that negativity into your life. It takes up time and energy, as you have already said, and time is limited, energy is precious. And remember, friends, the world owes you nothing. It's your life. Take a control. At least lead your life. Behave like a leader, not like a victim. Complaining stops you from taking right action because you're not focusing on the solution. Complaining does nothing to fix your problem. I'm kind of repeating the same things that you have said, children. We are kind of revising it. Complaining rewires your brain for negativity. We just saw it. I would like you to research more on neuroplasticity, children. Then your reason for complaining probably isn't a good one. Like somebody had said, we already have so much. And we have seen the kind of people who have so less compared to what we have. So we don't have good enough reasons, actually. You have learned very well till now, and now is the time for a surprise. If you're ready for a surprise, then write yes. Show me something which shows that you are prepared. You are here with me. And I'm not just talking to the screen. Yes, 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 yes. Great. So to reveal my surprise, I would like to request the surprise herself to unveil herself. And through the pictures first, I'll see if you all can also guess the surprise. You have to find a common thread in all these pictures.
Priyanka Jain ma'am. Priyanka ma'am, sorry. Priyanka ma'am.
Priyanka ma'am is there. Is she there in these pictures as well?
Yes, ma'am.
Oh,
Yes,
that's
ma'am.
correct. That's correct. How are you all feeling, children, looking at her in the pictures? Yay. Okay. So, would you like to meet her?
Yes, ma'am.
Priyanka ma'am, would you please just appear here? Priyanka ma'am, I request to the universe to send Priyanka ma'am here on our screen now.
Ma'am, you are on mute.
Priyanka ma'am,
Hello, everyone. Good afternoon. Namaste, ma'am. Namaste, everybody.
Namaste.
Namaste, ma'am. How are you all?
Namaste Priyanka.
Namaste, ma'am. How are
Fine,
you?
ma'am.
Hi
Oh,
Priyanka,
God.
namaste. This is
Namaste,
Vandana.
everybody. Namaste. Hi, Vandana, ma'am. Namaste. Namaste to Smita, ma'am, Usha, ma'am, Greg, sir, and all my lovely colleagues and my lovely, 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 lovely students. It was so good to hear you, see you. I was so happy to, attend the entire session. It was amazing.
Thank you for coming, Priyanka.
Yes, thank you so much for inviting me, ma'am. It was, I just saw the message and I said, I am going to jump into this meeting because I really wanted to meet all of you all. It's been a long time I've seen all these kids. Everyone's videos are off, but I could really, when they were replying through chats, I could hear their voices in my head. The way
Yes.
everything was coming in my head. So it was really good. Oh, I miss you all a lot.
We miss you too, Priyanka. And all these students, I think most of them have been taught by you. I thought
Yes.
this would be the best happy break for them.
Correct.
It's not just a happy break, but it's a happy experience to
Yes,
see
yes.
you after so long.
Yeah, I'm really happy to see. Mostly it is, I think this was the 6th graders when I had joined. Aryan Agarwal, Yaksh, Jishnu's batch, and everybody. They were in the 6th grade when I joined, and now they look a little, I think they were in the 8th grade now. And yes, I have.
Yashvi
Yes,
and all.
ma'am.
So Yashvi Dhriti have also joined because of this surprise,
Oh God! Hi, Yashvi. Hi, hi, ma'am. Hi. How are you all? How is college life?
Ma'am, college is over. It's good though.
Okay, you have finished your A levels also now. Good, good.
ma'am. How are you?
I'm great. I'm superb.
Thank you, ma'am.
Children, if you have any questions to ask or to say to ma'am, you can type because I cannot give a chance to everyone to speak, though I would love to do that.
I hope you all are still researching on topics related to ICT as we used to do before. Every week something new. Are you still doing it?
Oh,
Oh,
wow.
good. Great,
Yes,
great.
ma'am.
Don't lose that practice of keeping yourself abreast with technology. Every time you must read something new, and I'm sure this batch must be reading it more often. Great, Agastya, good. How are you?
Fine, ma'am. How are
Good,
you?
good, good, great, great, great. I miss you all so much. I miss you all so much.
Priyanka, I think this picture on the screen at the moment is of the second one is
Yes.
the day when your class had won the best assembly.
Seriously, and we all were like jumping with joy outside,
Yes.
and I remember the bus didis and everybody had come, chalo chalo ghar pe, and they were like, nahi, we were so happy, excited. I
Right.
remember this moment. It was so much, and we had got, I think, the best appreciation for this assembly. I mean,
Yes.
till date, whatever I had heard,
True.
this was the best one that we had.
That's why you won the award.
Yeah,
And
yeah, we
you
won the
were a
award.
wonderful class teacher.
Thank you so much.
So, Priyanka, this shows how the influence of a teacher doesn't stop. It just goes on till eternity. Children loved you then, children love you today, and I wish all your children will love you forever. May God
Surely.
bless you.
And let me tell you one thing, the students at RRIS, they cannot be compared to any other students anywhere else in the world. The love, the care, the warmth that they give you as a teacher is really commendable, and it's not very easy to find it out anywhere outside in the world. Such a
They are
lovely
our
family.
children, no?
Such a lovely
Because
family.
they are our children. We have
Exactly.
groomed them with love.
Yes. I always say that, these are my children, our children. Even if I've been out of RRIs, it's still with me somewhere. I keep thinking of all of you all. I keep thinking of Dipti, ma'am. If she's here,
I think Deepti should be here. Deepti, if
she
you are
was.
there, please unmute yourself for a
Hi
minute.
Priyanka, Namaste ma'am.
Namaste, Deepti.
How are you Priyanka? Such a
I'm,
long time.
I'm great. I'm great. How are you?
I'm good by God's grace. Thank you.
Deepti, how are you? Hello, Deepti.
Hello. Yes ma'am, I'm absolutely fine. Thank you ma'am.
How is the surprise for you, Deepti?
Wonderful ma'am. Thank you so much.
So, children, the happy break also has to come to an end. I'm sorry, but it was so lovely. So, I would, rather than complaining about lesser time, I would focus on being thankful and grateful to the universe and to Miss Priyanka for
Thank
making
you
our
so
session
much.
so wonderful today with her
Thank you
presence.
so much. And all of you, you can contact me. I think everyone has my number. Anytime you call, please do call whenever you miss me. I'll be there for you all, okay? And yeah, if you get some recent news of technology, maybe which I am not aware, you can share with me, okay?
Great.
Yes.
Thank you,
Thank you
Priyanka.
so much, ma'am. Thank you so much, ma'am.
I hope you will be there till the end. We'll just take
Yes,
a
yes,
few more
yes,
minutes to
yes,
finish the
ma'am.
session. Thank
Yes,
you
ma'am.
for being here from the beginning.
Thank you so much, ma'am. It's an honor. Thank you so much.
Thank you. God bless you. Stay happy and blessed
Thank you,
always.
ma'am.
So, children, moving on. Let us also understand, can complaining be okay sometimes? Or is it necessary sometimes? And what kind of complaining is okay? Sometimes you might feel cheated. Like as a consumer, you might feel cheated. So you have to give your feedback. You have to complain about it. You have to speak against injustice. That complaining is not bad. That is necessary. When you want to give constructive feedback to somebody that, you could have done this better or this can help you give a better result, that is good. Complaining should be done with a real interest in dialogue. It should not be just one way. You should be prepared to listen to the other person as well. And you should do it with an interest in solving that problem and connecting with people. Also, this is something which is important for remaining very mindful. Don't just start with, ranting with your complaint. Begin with, can I just vent for a minute or two? That also keeps you focused that it is something which is temporary, which you are doing just for a minute or two, and then you are out of it. You will move out of your complaint zone after that. So it helps you remain mindful of doing it in a short way. And when you start this way, can I just vent? So you are in a lesser negative frame of mind. You should complain to somebody who can solve the problem. Don't just keep on nagging, talking to people where there is no solution for it. So you should know whom to address for that, whom to approach, and avoid beginning conversations with a complaint. So first, exchange some pleasantries, talk like a human being to another human being, spread some cheer with opening line, and then come to your complaint. So let's say this let's see this example. Your sibling is breaking your toys and it has been going on for long, and you have a right to complain to your parents, saying that you have no right to break my toys, and I'm telling dad, he will make sure that you don't get into my things again. You see, she's thinking of an action also, telling dad and requesting that he looks into it. She is going to the father and saying, Jason got into my things again. Look at what he did. She also proposes a solution. Could we put a lock on my bedroom door so that Jason can't get into my bedroom? And she is willing to listen to the father's opinion. Before that, please remember this beautiful quote by Roosevelt. Complaining about a problem without proposing a solution is called whining. Let us never whine. The father says, I don't think a lock is necessary. If you'll make sure that your things are put away in the room, I will make sure that Jason doesn't go into it. So there is a solution which has come out. It was a solution-oriented approach. Now, how can we move out of our complaining zone? We all have listed so many things about which we keep complaining. So how can we move out of the complaining zone? I would like you to take 30 seconds of time and write what comes to your mind after listening to all this. How can you move out of your complaining zone? What should we do to move out of the complaining zone? How to make our mind and our lives complaint-free zones? I'm waiting for the answers. We should stop complaining. We should let go of things, right? We shouldn't take things, certain things very, very seriously anymore. Think of a solution. Sit back and chill. Relax your voice when it's necessary, but don't hold on to it. Raise your voice, right? Believe in your inner positivity. Get to a conclusion. Appreciate whatever we have. Lovely. That is being thankful and grateful and appreciate. Ignore, okay? I can see more or less you are all on the right path. We should nourish a positive attitude. We should think positively. We should accept the situation. We should try to adapt to the situation. We should be more mindful. But we have already said, children, accept what cannot be changed. But what needs to be complained, you must complain. We have already spoken about it. When you see something is unjust, unfair, please don't accept it. Speak against it. Then be more mindful. Recognize your negative thoughts. Be conscious that, oh, I'm getting a negative thought now. I must stop pursuing that thought. I should replace it with a positive thought. Be less judgmental, because we keep saying, I don't like her, I don't like him, I don't like the way he dresses, the way she talks, whatever. Let us be less judgmental. Let us be more empathetic and accommodating and adjusting. Compliment yourself. Say, oh, I did a great job today. And compliment your friends and people around you. Own what you do. Be responsible for what you do. And stay away from chronic complainers who keep complaining all the time, because you also get affected by that. You become like them. You are the company you keep. Remember this. So stay away from complainers. Focus on solution and think critically in any situation. Develop empathy for people. In that case, you won't have much to complain about them. If you try to understand why they behave in a certain way, why they live in a certain way, why they do what they do. And also, it's very important to remember, this too shall pass. So have that patience, a few seconds to just bring yourself to a neutral state, a more positive state, and remind yourself this will pass. My problem is temporary. And don't complain just in order to impress people. Sometimes it also happens that people say just to show off, no, I'm too busy. But let me tell you, this does not create a very good impression on people. In the long run, they don't like a person who's always trying to show off or complain. Notice your triggers. So, start noticing from today. See, when do you mostly complain? Is it in the early mornings? Or suppose in the office, is it near the coffee machine? Or it is in the staff room? Or it is, for children, is it when you enter the kitchen or when you are on the dining table. You have to find out where it happens, how and when it happens. So notice your triggers and avoid those triggers. Does it happen when you ask about what is cooked today? Or, it can be different triggers, different people. You have to notice and you have to avoid as far as possible those triggers. And let us start with experimentation. First, you have to decide to go one day without complaining. It is said it impacts your brain tremendously, even with not complaining for 24 hours at a stretch. Now just imagine if you can extend it to a longer period of time. How many of you feel like taking up this challenge for today? I'm taking children. It's very difficult because for last 1 week or 10 days, I've been trying to do it because I wanted to take this session and I wanted to first try it on me. And I'm telling you, it's very, very difficult. It has become so natural that we don't even realize. And because my family knows that I'm trying this, they point it out to me. See, you just complained. So children, how many of you are with me and will try for 1 day without complaining? Naisha, Richa, Reshma, Urja, Vandana, Aryan, Samya. Okay. Okay, thank you. Let us do this together. We are each other's support system. We'll do it. The less you complain, the more you and the people around you will be happy. So practice gratitude in your life. Be thankful for what you have. It's a scientifically proven practice for a happy life. So after this session, think about what you are thankful for. The beautiful saying, I was complaining that I do not have enough shoes until I saw a man without legs. So think of good instead of the bad. Enjoy and talk about them. Talk about good things. It will remove the habit of complaining. See how sweetly she's telling him, sometimes you can be a pain, but most of the time you're a pretty neat kid. I'm sure that he is happy to listen to that. And they had a good conversation after that. How lovely. Children, so what if today and every day we were just grateful for everything, just like I am grateful to you all today for being here, for attending my session, for giving me a chance to explore new thoughts and ideas. So let's make our lives and our minds complaint-free zones. Here I end the session. And feel free to share your feedbacks. You can share in your class group. Some teacher would be kind enough to forward to me. And if there are any questions, that also you can forward to me. If there are any quick responses here, you can just type. Otherwise, it's 3:30 and we are wrapping up the class today. I thank each and every teacher, parent who was with us along with the children. Your presence adds a lot of value to our class. I love all of you and I thank all of you. God bless you. Thank you, everyone. And the special thanks to our guest of the day, Ms. Priyanka. God bless you. It was lovely to have you.
Thank you so much, ma'am. Thank you so much.
God bless you.
Thank you, ma'am.
Chetan says, ma'am, I have small question that why we have school code then? So we have already said if there is unjust behavior, unfair behavior, then it has to be addressed. We cannot let people do wrong things. Do you agree, Chetan, that it is necessary sometimes to bring the wrongdoings? Chetan, I'm waiting for your answer, beta, if you are here. Akhya says, I will try while the whole Ganpati vacation. That's a lovely thing. Yaksh also says, I'm in Ganpati vacation. I love you for that. Reshma, replacing negative thoughts and words with optimistic ones brings so many benefits. Wow. Wonderful. Janvi, look at the positive side, the bright side. Stay positive. Samya, practice saying thank you more. Yashvi. You all are wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. Thank you. Thank you. Yes, Chetan, thank you. Remember, I would never want you to be meek. Be very strong, be very confident, always speak up if there is anything wrong happening. But your intention should be to solve the problem. not to start a fight, not to prove that you are better, not because of your ego. Be very objective about the situation. Also be prepared with solution, because try to understand the other person's situation also. Look from his point of view, her point of view. Then you will be more balanced in your approach. But please never ever in your life accept unjust behavior, either for you or for anybody else. Always stand up for what is right, even if you are the only one standing up for it. Complain against it. And we have seen what is the right way of complaining and to